Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. Let's tune in, tap in, turn on. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see what messages come out for us today for our greatest and our highest good. The greatest and highest good of all. Right? Yes. Divine timing, cooperative components, divine orchestration, all of the things. Okay. I feel like that was good, Shuffies. Let's see what Spirit wants us to consider, to think about, to marinate upon. So things get nice and juicy. Okay, we got two here. We got humility and hospitality. And lots of blue vibes. Chickadees. They're so cute. I think it must be baby chickadees. I guess fledglings are about the same size, aren't they? Anyways, birds. Humility and hospitality. I had to think for a second. Okay, the humility of it all. So in this figure, she's receiving light information, light codes, or giving, right? Receiving the light codes, and then projecting them. Yeah, humility. Is that like about humbleness and stuff? Okay, and then hospitality. Look at all the guests on her head. Okay, we've got wisdom, we've got owls, we've got ancestors, archangels, and ascended masters. We've got spirit team. Okay, we even have a little blue fairy here who's speaking with the owls. We've got more owls coming in, and look at all these acorns. So it's like hosting for divine inspiration, information, and having the humility to receive some of the downloads that could be awe-inspiring. Right? You could feel like a god receiving information from their higher,s and it's important to maintain your to retain your humbleness and 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 your humor. Okay, and your humor. Okay, what do we got here? Duality. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. The hostess with the mostess. It's like holding space for higher consciousness, but also the humility to um, to to be cool. To be cool. Okay. We're just gonna double check here. The definition: humility. Humility is the quality of having a modest and accurate view of one's own importance, accomplishments, and limitations. It involves an absence of arrogance, an openness to learning, and a focus on others rather than oneself. Okay, beautiful. And I feel like your ability to find this place in between, right? Where you know what you're capable of, but you're still, but you're not overly confident or boastful. That arrogance, right? Okay, and I feel like this has something to do with your ability to receive information. It's like also I'm getting, people who are like they get the divine inspiration and then suddenly they're like, "Oh, I must be super special. So I'm going to keep that information. I'm going to lock it down. I'm going to hide it. I'm going to charge people in order to access it. I'm going to exploit the information for my needs," right? And that's the opposite of humility. So I feel like this is part of the process, the testing, right? If you are able to receive gorgeous information, and what are you going to do with that, right? It's like testing leaders of the world. And you never give it to the one who wants it really, really bad. Because what are their motivations for wanting it, right? To rule, for power over, to, all the reasons. All the reasons. Okay, Isa. Stillness and connection. We're still in the stillness and connection. This is part of the receiving, okay? I'm really getting that here. This connected line, right? These light beams, in order to host or create an environment that is suitable to host the divine communications that are coming your way. What's this? What just happened? Okay. There's a card flipped in here, and we split upon it. This is the 5 of Swords, okay, and this is the Sun, whoa, and the Empress and the Moon, and transformation. Wow. Okay, we got the Sun and the Moon surrounding this Empress and the transformation. Okay, so this is validating your dedication to yourself, to your connection, to your process, right? Look at this line here. And this line here, right? This stillness, this Uh, it's like a empty canvas. It's like a table that is set for the guests to arrive. Something like that. And then we've got your duality here, okay, with your light and your shadow, your sun and your moon. Gorgeous. This is who you've transformed into, okay? One who can hold the balance between the light and the shadow and create a stable, sturdy, loving, compassionate environment to receive, right? The Empress holds the frequency of love. She is receiving, not rusting. Not rusting. What was I going to say there? Not resting. That doesn't even make sense either. Rusting? Okay. Well, gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous. I don't even know how any of that happened. Okay, but we've got the Empress, the Sun and the Moon, and the transformation. Okay, made possible by your transformation. This is it. The old must die for the new to be born, right? Okay, well, that's kind of gorgeous and crazy way to start. It's just right in there. Well, you saw what happened. It was like, what is this? What's happening here? Why? Oh, that's why. Okay, so the Empress is holding the frequency of love. She is in non-resistant flow, right? Eyes closed, arms open, hands ready to pick up or let go, depending, right? Birthing ideas, seeds, potentials, and the holding the frequency feedback loop and receiving the blooms, the results of those seeds that are popping forth from her. Wow. I mean, let's just take a look here. Okay, we just started and we're all in. Okay. Crazy. But yeah, the acorns of potential, of possibility, they all hold information to grow beautiful, crazy, gorgeous oak trees, right? And then, ow, what was that? Oh, oops. Dropping stuff. Okay, we're getting, I don't know what's going on so far. So far, things are crazy. Okay. The faith and the things in behind the scenes. My selenite wand. Okay, cleansing. The light wand. Look at it. It's so light. Oh, 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 that's why. Okay, a pillar of light. Whoa. Yes, selenite. Okay. Let's get it out of the book. We're just flowing with our intuition today. I mean, we do every day, but let's see What? Okay, spiritual activation, communication with the higher self, spirit guides, and angels. Get yourself a piece of selenite. Okay, these are also beautiful. They're not very expensive. That is also a bit of selenite that I've wrapped and made a wand. Copper conducts, right? So the intention is a magnification, is like a pointer. Same with your finger or a wand. It's an extension of your energy. It helps you to focus your energy, right? When you are pointing a thing, your attention, your direction is all directed into that device, right? That's my theory. That's my running theory. Because the power is within. But sometimes we need things to help us focus, right? Which is why ceremoniously, there are efforts to create the environment to step in, right? So people have like certain clothing that they only wear when they're stepping in, and an altar space. Like there's these ritualized methods because it's signaling to all the levels that to pay attention to be present and to be mindful and to focus and direct your attention, right? Okay. I don't know why we had to go through all of that, but we are just rolling with it, right? Okay, where is the selenite? Okay. Let's go. Selenite quickly opens and activates the third eye, the crown chakra, and the soul star chakra above the head, which we talk about. Okay, this is giving me the Isa vibes. This clear connectedness. Okay, so all things happen for a reason, right? The intensity of the energy delivered by selenite is greater than almost any other stone for the upper chakras. A selenite wand pointed at the third eye sends energy that can feel like a gust of wind going through the forehead and out the top of the head. Selenite is fast and effective at cleansing the auric field, and it can clear congested energies or negativities from one's physical and etheric body. Okay, so this may be a call for you to get yourself some. Okay, I got another. I'm kind of obsessed with the selenite. Okay, but what I did, where did it go? Do I have it on? No. I have a piece that's only this big, and I attached it to a comb. And I try to wear that comb when I go out into the wild, into the world, because it creates a cleansing of my auric field continuously while I'm out and about, right? And that way nothing is sticking to me. We can pick up debris everywhere, anywhere, at any point, right? So this mindfulness of cleansing your auric field is what's coming up for us. Okay, let's skip to the back to the summaries. Okay, in spirituality, selenite energy clears etheric blockages and debris, allowing for a freer flow of energy through the higher chakras, particularly the etheric chakras that facilitate connection and communicate and communion with higher self. Okay, this is part of the hospitality, creating a clear, connected environment to host, right? To receive the higher communion. Okay. Emotionally, selenite, calcium, and sulfur base stimulates the emotional body and compels one to move forward with one's life. It aids in overcoming stagnation and prevents one from succumbing to the illusion of security and comfort. Ooh. Okay. Selenite wands should be placed on the floor or a pillow with the point just touching the crown chakra. As one moves into the meditative state, one is likely to see one or more guides, often in forms that symbolize something about the message. The guide or guides will take one through a story that reveals the message symbolically. Words are seldom used, which makes the guide's job much easier. One might say that when selenite opens the inner eye, the spiritual world enters. Okay, that caught my eye in the middle of this text. Okay, in the middle of the summaries. Okay, physically, selenite clears or bridges blockages and density in the energy field. Selenite wands can be used to direct high frequency energy into the body, stimulating physical healing. The affirmation: I move into union with my higher self, and my interior senses are awakened. Whoa. Wow, okay. The Book of Stones is mind-blowing book. Okay. So this message brought to you by Selenite. Okay. What's this? Ships. Ships coming in. Okay, yes. We love this idea of ships coming in all their beautiful forms. And when you are humble, you are patient, you can recognize what you are worth, what you deserve, right? To be confident in oneself does not equate arrogance or cockiness. It's just true, right? Yes, I am good at this because I studied, I dedicated, I worked hard to become so, right? But still, I'm open to learning. I'm open to other perspectives. I'm open to, all the things, and using your abilities to help others, not to make them feel awful about themselves, right? What is this? We got the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. Okay. And I feel like these are signs and synchronicities that are meant to serve to move you away from any of those feelings of loss. Right? When things have not worked out, we can cling too long upon them, mourning them, right? Trying to turn back the clock, trying to get back there, trying to figure out if only you did things differently, then the results would be different. And you need to spend all your time and energy trying to figure out exactly what and where things went wrong. And then maybe, hopefully, if ever you're given the opportunity to go back, then you know exactly what to do different, get different, like the whole thing, right? This is how we can get stuck, caught up, crying over the spilt milk, right? It's done. The milk is spilled. the glass is broken, right? There's no putting the milk back in the glass. It's being absorbed by the concrete, or whatever your analogy. So, moving quickly from that to what you do have, right? Something like that. Okay, so Spirit's making me think of, I went to create more, a new deck, okay? Because I got this whole deck, right? With this whole deck, my first mini divination deck. And I did all of the major arcanas, and then I did a handful of just like channeled messages. And so I found another deck of cards, and I was deciding, oh, look, it's the Emperor. I was deciding on trying to avoid painting every single one of them because it's a task. I painted both sides twice, okay? And then stamped and then distressed. Like, it was a whole thing. So I found this paper tape that I have, and it's got adhesive side and paper on the other side. And it just so happened to be exactly the width. So I'm like, got all excited, got my little sponge and water, started wetting it, slapping the deck on, right? So covering all the backs. Because I thought, oh, maybe I can get away with, just doing this cover, right? And then the next day, so I did them all. I sat there and I just pumped them out, right? And then I got all excited. I looked at the stack and I'm like, yay, it's going to work. And, that was quick. That was fast. That was efficient. Went about my day, came back, and as they dried, they separated. And then the pieces curled. It was a whole thing. And I was like, oh, right? And the reason I'm telling you this, I think, is because we can get locked in this, like, this thing didn't work out, and what a bummer, right? I spent this time and this energy doing this thing that didn't work out. And then following the signs and synchronicities, right? The little things that pull you out of that focus on the things that are out of your control, that have moved away, that have seemingly not worked for you, and finding the next possible possibility, something like that. Okay, so what it ended up doing was giving me the opportunity, because now I had all these pre-cut pieces and that were the same size as these pieces, right? And so I was like, oh, well, maybe I will stick them onto, so that's the tape side, onto watercolor paper. And so I did. I stuck them all on watercolor paper. Okay. And now I have a stack. But my point is, I wouldn't have gotten to this place if I would have spent too much time and energy, crying over the fact that I just wasted all my time in that before process. But sometimes before processes lead us in other directions. When we're thinking that something is going to work, we don't know until we head that way. And then when it doesn't work out, the quicker that we can turn and evolve and move and explore alternative options, opportunities, the better. Okay, something about that. So I've got these going on here. I got these all ready to go. the Fool, the Death, the Wheel, the Magician. Okay. So I'm excited to work on those, but then for the life of me, I can't find my case of watercolor paints. It's the weirdest thing. Okay. Divine timing, right? It's not time yet. Okay. Plus, I'm just drawing out all the images. Here's Temperance, and then we've got the sun here, and yeah, I gotta color them all and stuff. Fun. Okay. Okay. This message brought to you by the magician. Okay, so you're magical. You are capable. This is part of your magic. This connection is your magic. Okay, your ability to create that space, to provide a balanced, receptive environment, to host the information coming from your divine spirit team, and having the humility to receive and to offer as well, right? A lot of the work that we're doing for this earth, for this world, involves service for the good of all, right? For the good of all. And so your humility, your capacity to remain humble is a direct reflection of your capacity to lead, to share, to nurture, to guide, to do all of those gorgeous things. Okay, the magician also, wow. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. What? Connection. Okay. Okay. Let's go to another deck here. I'm gonna go with the Botanical Oracle deck here. A 6 and a 3 popped out for us. 6, 3, 9. Okay, 6 and a 3 and a 9. No 9. Just a 6 and a 3. Bleeding Heart, Mars, the Sun, the Fire element. Okay, Bleeding Heart. Bleeding Heart is a beloved ally in the world of flower essence and plant spirit medicine, used exactly as one would imagine to heal a wounded heart. The spirit of this lovely plant helps people release grief, be it from the loss of a loved one in death or the loss through the ending of a relationship. Bleeding Heart helps us recognize and release codependent relationships, choosing short-term pain in order to move towards health rather than long-term suffering. In chakra healing, Bleeding Heart balances the heart chakra and helps us keep empathy without being drained by others by recognizing what true compassion is.
Bleeding Heart asks you to reflect on the unhealed wounds of your heart. Where do you hold onto grief and pain? What unhealthy attachments bind you? What needs to be released to move on with your life? Notice how the plant spirit turns her back, turning away from the past to let it go. Bleeding Heart tells you to seek catharsis, often through tears, as the drop is also evocative of tears cleansing the heart. Don't be afraid to cry to heal. Each of the heart-shaped flowers needs to crack and split open to bloom, to release the teardrop in order to heal. Whoa. When Bleeding Heart is reversed, you are stubbornly refusing to release unhealthy attachments and old wounds. You have built identities around your wounded self and fear who or what you will be if you let them go. You are holding back tears and pretending things are good when they are not. Be honest with yourself. The affirmation is, my heart is whole and open to love. Beautiful. And I love that it came after this one, right? Because this is the one that we tend to focus too much on the losses and not on what we still are holding on to, right? And also, obviously, the recognition of the things that we are still holding on to, if they are serving us or still or not, and if we need to let them go. Okay. Okay, and number 6. Cannabis sativa, moon, Venus, Saturn, Neptune, water, earth. Okay, we got the fire and the water here. We've got the sun and the moon. Wow. And more duality, right? Okay, the nature of cannabis is to lighten and open, dissolving rigid boundaries and bringing out our childlike loving nature. It expands our awareness, our field of consciousness, not only to other humans, but all of nature. It can help us get in touch with our body, but also the body of the earth and our relationship to it. Cannabis can aid in increasing telepathic abilities and awareness. The healing nature helps us find joy and humor, allowing us to see ourselves and the world in a different light, calming us and also enhancing creativity. Divination meaning be aware, be sensitive, connect and commune. When cannabis shows up, feel connected and play. Now is a time for letting down rigid defenses and enjoying the world. Find your bliss in everyday things and be aware of the vast levels of life all around you, seen and unseen, physical and spiritual. The lion is symbolic of the relaxed royalty. Oh, sorry, didn't I even show you the picture? Or wait. Relaxed, its innate strength from being rather than only doing. The traditional card suits of the hearts, the traditional card suits of the hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades is a balance of the traditional elements depicted in tarot as the cups, coins, wands, and swords. The resinous snake, the resinous smoke, ooh, the resinous snake. The resinous smoke of the plant brings a soothing balance embodied by the radiating mandala of the card. In reverse, when cannabis reversed comes up, we might be feeling lost or adrift and need some structure to balance an excess of disillusion. Dissolution. dissolution. Is that disillusion? Yeah. We must find our own center in the midst of the streams of life and establish our sense of self without slipping into fear. Our center. The affirmation: I am open, I am connected, and I am joyful. Okay, plant medicine from the magical botanical oracle. Gorgeous. Okay, who else? Who else wants to come out? Kitties. Let's not do a long one today. I think the message is clear. This balance and connection, the stillness to, and I want to say a cleansing of your space to receive clear and clean connection, right? Trust and unique. Meet Safi. Trust begins as an agreement she makes with the flame in her heart. She agrees to let it guide her even when it beckons her deep into the night forest of the unknown. When she trusts, the darkness is illuminated and the forest sparkles with her heart light. She may not know exactly where the path leads, but she trusts the enchantment of a journey born of intuition. What you truly seek awaits you. Trust yourself. Step into the forest and begin your wild quest towards the longings of your soul. Beautiful. And meet Helix. He was always a little different from the other kitties. At first, he felt lonely and alienated. He even considered trying to blend in to be accepted by the other cats. But this could never give him the joy that being embraced as his true self would. So he took a risk and met people's gaze as himself. He saw that his uniqueness was his beauty, his spark. He alone could twinkle the way only he can. Miraculously, many kitties around him threw off their normal disguises and began to sparkle in their own way too. Their world became dazzlingly, dazzlingly, dazzlingly diverse. So embrace the freak within and remember outsiders are in. Okay, we've got masculine and feminine here too. Beautiful. Okay, so much balance and duality. Okay, this is part of your connection, your clear connection. Think of it as like two parts connecting to make an open space. I don't know what. It's like this. Right? Okay. Okay. Let's get some awkward box time. Get some awkward box time. This is an awkward box. Okay. We'll take those ones that fell. Comfort food. Okay. Eat well. Not to fill you up, to nourish you and your internal spaces. The birds are around today. A couple more. Okay, speak your truth. This is part of your balancing, of your beingness, of your protection, of your frequency holding. Your truth is love, and you are an empress holding the love vibe. Okay, set clear intentions and see how magical you are. Start your day with a clear intention and just explore setting intentions, what that means, what that looks like, what that entails, what that manifests for you. Forest time. Okay, yes. I mean, get out into it, tap in, wander into the unknown, knowing that you are divinely guided by your internal heart light, right? More self-care needed. We're making up for the majority of life where we didn't even consider anything so strange as self-care, right? What's that? We know now, right? And we're making up for it. Yes. Yes, we are. Okay. Let's get a couple jarbs here. None of them wanted to shoot out today, so I grabbed some. What do we got? We got a butterfly of transformation. Okay, this is you transformed into a butterfly. Now, what does that look like, right? Now is the opportunity for you to set clear intentions and to receive inspiration. Okay, abundance, gorgeous. This one landed on the magician here. This is all the cooperative components converging, right? We've got all these lines that are meeting in the center, and that's where you are, right? All these things are lining up to meet you where you are at. I don't know why I forget to do this. There you go. Okay. Yes. Yes. See? Converging lines trying to meet you where you're at. Beautiful. Okay. And then this one here. So while you were resting, while you were self caring, while you were forest timing, while you are in stillness, right? Creating this connection with spirit, with your spirit team to receive inspiration and downloads of all kinds. Set your intentions, right? Step into that space that is clear, that is connected, and start envisioning all the things that you want to do in that space, right? Maybe you create a art gallery space and you start setting up boxes and quartering off sections that you are preparing to house all the beautiful things. This is where my vehicle is going to go. This is where my bank account's going to go. This is where my guests are going to come and sit. And this is the kitchen I'm going to create in order to make food and, all of the things. This space for creation. Okay? That's what I have for you today. And remember to get yourself some selenite and keep it tight. Okay? Yes. And I didn't talk about the emperor, but balance, masculine, feminine, sun and moon, fire and water, masculine and feminine, right? your playful, unique curiosity, and your courage, strength, and internal light to guide you in the dark, unknown spaces. This is your magic. This is your gorgeousness. This is your faith in all things growing in your favor behind the scenes, right? Yes. Okay. Love and appreciate you, and see you next time. Bye for now.